104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports and Jets football. One of the big topics, especially this Super Bowl, has been the safety of the athletes, and we talk about it all the time. With so many local high schools and everything. So very happy to be hanging out with Scott Hallenback right now, the man from USA Football. So what is your role? What is USA Football's role in making the game safer for kids and athletes as a whole?
So we are the national governing body. First of all, that is an international sport term, like a USA Basketball, USA Hockey, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Our focus naturally was on the youth level first and foremost, literally how many kids are playing the sport and what's happening. And then obviously about 6-7 years ago, as this safety concern hit football, we really addressed that aggressively. So, for example, we had 140,000 coaches certified last year. We have programs that focus on levels of contact. How do you define contact and what is the right progression of contact? We're introducing a concept now, or at least piloting it this coming football season, called, we could probably be a little more clever in the name of this, but it's a modified game. The idea is much like a hockey, much like a soccer, a baseball that has T-ball to coach pitch to player pitch, there's a progression of youth development. So we're saying, right now you have flag, 5-on-5 flag, and then all of a sudden you jump to 11-on-11 tackle full field. Does it make sense? And again, we're in the process of piloting it to say some sort of a transitional strategy. So maybe you cut the field in half. You go 7-on-7, no special teams. Kids play multiple positions. Coaches can be on the field if necessary. It's an opportunity for a kid to develop. So our focus is on basically building best practices and standards and testing concepts so that the development of the sport will be here for a long time.
And in some youth leagues, you have an age limit, then you have a weight limit, and things like that. Is that the same concept that's used in your system?
So we don't. First of all, we don't run youth football leagues. We work with all of them. We have a program out there now. It's been out for a number of years called Heads Up Football. Basic idea was teach concussion recognition and response, heat stroke, sudden cardiac, and then how to properly fit equipment. Most people don't know how to do that. Tackling. Right. We've actually worked with the Seahawks and American Football Coach Association, USA Rugby, and our whole team, and we created a shoulder tackling system that's now coming out this season. Teaches above the waist as well as below the waist for youth in high school. It's really looking at all facets of the technical expertise that's necessary, and then making sure those are people that are involved, the coaches, the ones that care deeply about making sure this game is taught properly, and also that the community around football is doing things the right way.
So, the number, sorry, go ahead if you want to keep going. Okay.
Please.
I was going to say, has the number changed? Like within the last 5 to 6 years, people seem concerned about whatever the safety may be, and there could have been concerned moms or dads and said, I'm going to hold off my son until he's 15, 16, 17. Have you seen the number shift at all?
Certainly. So there has been a decline in participation. Interestingly enough, nowhere near as large as been reported. There's a group out there called the Sport and Fitness Industry Association. They're really sort of the gold standard when it comes to tracking participation across all sports. And basically, quickly, from the last 6 years, what they call core participation, so basically organized participation, is really only down about 4%. Often you hear things like 20%, and that's not accurate. That's what they call casual, so the mom or dad in the backyard throwing the ball, with the kids, turkey bowls, these kinds of things. That largely has changed because of sport specialization, because pretty much every other sport, as you probably know, is travel team, elite tournament, all that stuff. Football is not like that. So it's still about a fall sport, having a great experience and going to play other sports. Most football coaches are the ones encouraging kids to play multiple sports. So while there is a decline, it's nominal, and we're working hard as a collective community of football to address the issues facing football.
Scott Hallenback with us. He's the executive director, CEO of USA Football, talking about safety, talking about how to make the game survive. It's funny to me because when I was growing up, I think that's when you really got into the Sports Center big hit, like Madden. If you laid a big hit on somebody in Madden, it went thunder and lightning, and I almost feel like I watched tackling die. Like, you don't tackle anymore. You throw your body into the other person as hard as you can, and you hope to be featured on Sports Center. You're actually just teaching people how to play football. Like, it's tackling.
Perfect. That's exactly right. In fact, I couldn't agree more. And I was in college, and we used to always say that's when, because it was the launching mentality, and you showed up on ESPN Sports Center. Now, you're right. We're going back to what many call old school tackling. Friends like Merrill Hodge and folks like that will say Chuck Noll style of tackling. Shoulder strike, head up and to the side. It's just old school technique.
Wrap them up and take them to the ground.
Exactly, and that's where this idea of rugby tackling might be a slightly new dimension to it, and how you spin and roll and things like that. But so there is some innovation, but generally speaking, you're right. It's old school technique about just teaching this game properly.
Scott, how can we learn more?
USAFootball.com has all the information you need.
Love it. I just find it funny that in order to be healthy again, you got to learn to play football right.
Right.
That's all you got to do. That's
exactly
what it comes down to. Learning about what
exactly
you're doing, learning about the techniques. And if you have the proper 140,000 certified coaches, that alone, and I'm not a parent, Levack's a parent, that alone would make me feel safer with a child playing, knowing the people who are teaching them.
And I think, and last point, that's probably the most critical, right? For your parents out there, just understand that there's a lot of hard work. There's some super passionate people about this, and they're committed to doing the right things for your kids. Just educate yourself around it. Go and learn more, and then make an informed decision.
See, I wouldn't let my daughter play, but that's because she's a violent human being right now. 13 years old. She's just a dangerous animal. I wouldn't allow her around other kids. Scott, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
And if there's anything we can do to help, please let us know.
Thanks a lot.